Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Yo! Oh, we're about 85%. There we go. We're about 85%. There's a little crackle at the end, but we're good. Psycho Pearl, what's going on, bro? Kennedy, Charlie Shao. What a last name, man. Spirit Channel, Crypto Shop. What's up, man? What's going on, fellas? What's going on? Happy Monday afternoon, guys. We got the waves back. Hope you guys got the waves. Here we go. All right. What's going on, fellas? What's going on? Hope everyone's having a fantastic Monday afternoon. We took a little bit of a dip this morning, but man, I want to see if the Bears got a little bit more juice. Bears, is this all you got for us? Can you give us some more juice to the downside, or is this all you got? Right? I mean, I was expecting you guys to become literally kicking and clawing at me. But this is all we got. This is all you got for me. Come on, man. That cough is fresh. That cough is fresh, bro. That means I was told that when the cough is getting wet, okay, and don't make any jokes, okay, but when the cough is getting wet, that means you're getting better. That's what she said. When it's getting wet, that means it's getting better, if you know what I'm saying. But when the cough is getting wet, apparently that means you're getting better. So, we are getting a little wet. We're no more too dry. We're getting a little moisture in that throat. Don't make any jokes. You freaking weirdos out there, man. I know you guys gonna be making jokes, man. Drew said we're going to 1K. Oh, we're going to 1K. It's over, my friends. It's over. We heard it from Drew. Drew knows all. Drew's the GOAT. And if Drew says we're going to 1K, we're going to 1K, guys. It is what it is. Ver Hefty said we on the pump, yo. Let's go. Ver Hoofty Floofin. What a name, man. How'd you come up with that one? You must have been baked out of your mind to come up with that one, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nothing worse than that dry cough that goes on for weeks. Facts. It's only been like a week for me, but man, it does suck, let me tell you. Jeff said, BTC broke out of a falling channel. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. There's some stuff to talk about today. Not too much going on today. Bitcoin with a pullback. There's some altcoins that are up. Some of them are down. Pretty mixed day overall, but I think once again, the big thing for today is looking at Bitcoin dominance sort of continuing down. You got ETH dominance continuing up, and them both bouncing from pretty key areas. But we'll talk about everything under the sun when it comes down to Bitcoin and everything under the sun. All right, everything under the moon, under Pluto, Mars, whatever you want to talk about, man. Let's see. Swedish chef. You're a Swedish chef? Man. Well, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, my guy. I don't know any type of Swedish food, okay? All I know is the Swedish House Mafia, all right? Is the band from Sweden. Maybe I know Swiss cheese. I know some Swiss cheese. I don't know anything else from Sweden, though. All right? Swiss cheese and Swedish House Mafia. That's about it. That's all I can give you. Is my knowledge of Sweden, man. Who we got in here? Call the moon is bearish. Oh, okay. We're going to the upside.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
That's all we need. We just need Da Vinci too, and we're good. We got both our signals. You know what I mean? Clint said, "Are you still weak ass immune system?" Very true, bro. It is annoying, Clinty. You know, Clinty. I think I'm still sick because you are not here, bro. I need you here. I will never feel 100% unless you're here, Clint. All right? You are part of our family. All right? Come back to the family. We need you here. Get off your land. All right? Crypto Shock, what's going on? Crypto Shock. What's going on, bro? All right. Let's talk some Bitcoin. Let's talk some Ethereum. And then we'll quickly jump through altcoins today. I don't think today is going to be like the longest stream in the world, but just because there ain't too much going on, to be honest. Before we jump onto the charts, though, the big news that came out today, and I don't care about macro news, but it affects some cryptocurrencies. Oh, Bobby Digital became a Joy Night member, and it was Crypto Shock who gifted one membership. Shout out to Crypto Shock,
Strap
bro.
up. We're going to the moon.
You know, we're not just going to the moon, you know.
We're going to 100K tomorrow.
All right, but this affects crypto directly. So the SEC charges Bittrex. If you use Bittrex, I don't know if you use Bittrex. If you use Bittrex, I don't know. Did anyone ever use Bittrex? I don't know. With unregistered operations, call 6 tokens securities. Right? So the 6 tokens that it called securities, and this might affect you if you're holding one of these, because these ones took a little bit of a dump today. One coin that, you know, this one just can't catch a break, man. Camirand. Oh, man, it never moves. It was starting to kind of get a little breakout, and then it gets hit by the SEC. It was down about 8% at one point. Now it's down about 6%. And then you had Dash down 4%. So shout out to the Dashers. You know, I think Rodney's out there. Rodney got affected by this. Sorry, Rodney. You know, I hope this doesn't mean anything. You know, we got OMG, Monolith, Naga, and IHT Real Estate Protocol, right? So Algo, Monolith, NGC, and AIHT are apparently securities. I wanted to point that out. So if that affects you, that affects you. Excuse me. If that affects you, that affects you. You know what I'm saying? Jordan getting George like with news. No, I wanted to point that out because that's gonna affect some peeps. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you're aware of that. Whoa, Clint! Holy Clinty! I feel bad for Camirand though, because Camirand has such a strong case to be a good token. It just keeps getting absolutely effed, bro. You know, like it keeps getting absolutely effed by everything around it. It can't catch a damn break. When it comes to Camirand, bro. Clint coming in with a 10 membership giveaway. Holy guacamole. Let's get a pump song for Clint. And then we'll jump on to some Bitcoin price action here. Holy shiitake mushrooms. Clint coming in hot. I'm speechless. I am speechless for Clint. He came in, he said, yeah, I bought some land. Shout out to Clint. Shout out to Clinty. Dale coming into Dump City. What's going on, Dale Broussard? My favorite bear. I always say Dale's my favorite bear, you know? My favorite real bear. There's a few fake bears in the chat, but Dale is my favorite real bear. Shout out to Clint, though. Clint, I love you, man. You know, sometimes we don't get along and we bicker at each other, but you're like my I guess I could say, you're like my stepdad that I hate. You know, that's what I would call you, you know? And I always said you kind of weirdly look like my grandpa, to be fair. You weirdly look like him. All right, anyways. Let's go. Let's like shout out to everyone who won though. Should be 10 of you guys. He's going to buy land and park his Teslas there. Clint doesn't pass me off as a Tesla guy. Clint passes me off as like a truck guy. Like a guy who has calluses all over his hands and just only drives trucks, does not drive Teslas. Like to me, people who drive Teslas, they're kind of little fairies, you know. To me, that you're kind of a fairy if you drive a Tesla. Like, if you have a choice between a Tesla and, like, something that's cool, I don't know, man. That's my take.
Rant alert.
It is what it is. Clint doesn't remind me of a Tesla driver, though. I could be wrong. All right. So, BTC. What do we got going on here, guys? So, we did drop below the 29,817. 29,817 level, right? So this previous low, you did smack that low. Now, here's the key, right? We talked a little bit about this on the member stream this morning. That is, if Bitcoin, we're starting to drop this morning. We said if it broke this low, the key now is, do we come below this low, right? And simply just take out all the stop losses of all the peeps who longed all in this area, right? So everyone got long. Bada bing, oh, they're going to the moon. It pulls back. They have their stops below this low. Does the market maker just come down, smack the stop losses all in this range over here, right? And then we see it come back and deviate back into the range, right? So we almost want to see, like, we have this high. We deviated the high, and then we came all the way back down to the range low, right? So we almost want to do the opposite now, where we had a range low. We deviate the range low. We get back into the range, we target the range high. That's what we want to see if Bitcoin can do at the current moment. There's some interesting levels here, right? 4 hours actually, it's not oversold, but it's almost to the point where, you know, even if it did get one more swoop down, you would look for some like bullish divergence popping up here, right? On BTC for at least a back test of 29.8. But if we go to the 1 hour, okay, 1 hour was oversold. It kind of got, you know, not the most convincing pump in price action here, I'm not going to lie. And like, same kind of thing. So we're at 29.5. Do we see another spike down? And then we have a lower low. We have a higher low on the RSI, right? And we got a little bit of bull div if it gets one more little drop here. Could be an interesting point, and that's where we could get that retracement back to the upside. But besides what we do in the short term, who cares about the short term, Jordan? We want to know what's going to happen after that, all right? Let's take a quick little gander on the 12 hour. Because the 12 hours where it gets a little juicy to me, guys, right? Raise your hand if you guys like the 12 hour time frame. I actually really like the 12 hour time frame. It's like the daily, but you get more options, right? You get twice as many candles, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we all like double the candles, you know? That's what she said too. You know, she likes double the candles. But, you know, daily we can only stick with one candle. But the 12 hour, we can get double candles, you know? And, you know, unless you're Vitalik, you know, you're probably going to need double candles. Vitalik only needs one, okay? Us plebs, like me, like Drew, like Clint, like everyone in the chat, we need 2 candles, okay? We're not like Vitalik out here. So we go to the 12 hour time frame. And you can see we're bouncing off that 30 EMA in the 12 hour. And the reason why I bring that up is if we look at recently where Bitcoin's bounced from, okay? Look at the trend, at least you know, through March into April here. Look at all the bounces off the 30 EMA, right? Look at the bounce here, right? Look at the bounces throughout this range. Look at where we are now, right? We're right at that 30 EMA like we said, with possibly some bullish divergence if we get one more little wick down on the 1 hour, right at that same range. Very little interesting range here where we've gotten multiple bounces from. So let's see, right? I think this could be a point where Bitcoin could get a little bit of a bouncy bounce to the upside after taking out the stops of the previous low. The key is getting back above 29.8. That is the key right now for Bitcoin, okay? If we start to come back up and we fail and we retest and we break back down, oh, Lord, that ain't good. That ain't good, my friends, right? That's where you look for the deeper retrace down into the 28Ks, probably 28.6 at that point, right? So let's let it play out now, right? Let's let it play out. I actually like Ethereum's chart better than Bitcoin. I'm actually in an ETH long right now. I like each chart better than Bitcoin because it's a little bit more neat. It's a little bit more nice, right? We'll look at ETH in a little bit, but ETH to me looks a little bit more sexy than Bitcoin. Who thinks? Who thinks Bitcoin or ETH looks sexy right now? I know what Wayne's going to say. Wayne's going to say Bitcoin, you know? Let's see. Excuse me. Psycho Pearl said oh, God, here we go. Excuse me, guys. Who we got in the chat? Tesla drivers ain't got no calluses on their hands. It was a joke, guys. Don't get too mad for all the Tesla guys in the chat. I could see all the Tesla guys in the chat. They're all getting butthurt over that comment. Let's see. Tesla is the new Mitsubishi Eclipse from Fast and Furious 1. The new Mitsubishi Eclipse. Let's see. Everyone's mad over the Tesla comment. Why is everyone mad over that? You know? Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Tesla, the most common car stuck in the middle of the road in Tahoe on a snow day. Are they bad in snow? I have no idea, to be honest. Are Teslas bad in snow? I would assume that they would be four-wheel drive, or else what's the point of the futuristic car? I don't know. But, all right, 29,499 on BTC. All right, we go into the daily. Kind of just range bound in between 31,775 and 28,475. So we're kind of just range bound in there, which is interesting. But if I go back to the daily, once again on the daily time frame, I look down here at the RSI. You know, just to kind of make a little point on this, right? We're kind of at that point where we've gotten a few bounces on the daily on the RSI here, right? So around this 58 level. On May 28th, we got a bounce, right? May 3rd, we got a bounce. May 7th or April 7th, we got a bounce. A few areas down here, we've gotten a bounce off the same level, and we haven't really been below that since like the beginning of March, right? So another key level as we kind of approach here, we did have a little bearish divergence, right? We did have higher highs and lower highs on the RSI, which caused us a little bit of a daily dump here, if you even want to call it that. I more so call it a well, a little red candle for, a red candle from Yankee Candle, you know. But, here's where we are, right? I would say, like I said, the 12-hour, the short-term time frames don't look too shabby. And I'm more confident because of each chart. And I'll show you guys each chart in a second, man. Each chart makes me more confident in BTC, especially at this level, man. And the other thing I wanted to point out is, right, if you go back to the 12-hour, just to kind of add some confluence at this level, right? If we actually take the closes of this previous range and we just draw a little kind of spider line through this level, right? So we take the closes, right? So this high close, this high close. You see where those closes come in and you draw a little spider line across? Just to add some confluence to, I always like to look for multiple reasons why you could get a bounce. Right here, right? So off the previous highs, you could say that, okay, yes, you have the 30 EMA here on the 12-hour, but you also have the spider line, spider line, trend line, whatever you want to call it. I mean, really a spider line is just a line going through multiple resistance and support lines through the chart. But coming in right at that level, right around that level too, right? So you got a shitload of shit coming in right here, all right? And we always look for a shitload of shit. I can name more things, right? I've looked at this shit all day. If you want to take the start of the pump, right? So this was really the start of, you had came up, you retraced, you backtest, but from the start of the pump to the highs, You also got to bounce off the 618 Fibonacci as well. So you got a shitload of shit here at 29,300 that you got to bounce from. This is a level that I think we do want to hold here, or else we'll probably see a much deeper move down, in my opinion. So let's see if we continue to hold this, guys. Because you know, I want more. I'm greedy. I think the bulls want to eat. You know what I mean? I think we all want to eat. Shit. We all want to eat. Let's see. Okay, it's 7:20 here, and time to spin up a spliff. Verhoofdy, nice, bro. Let's see. Spider-Man lines. All right, so now that we got through that, just a quick little update on ETH. I am long on ETH from the lows here. I mean, this is just a simple play, right? So if we zoom in on ETH, it just had a shitload of lows, right? So you had a wick, you had a wick, you had a wick, you deviated the low, right? And you came back in. So I took the long from over here when we came back in and basically get back into the range, right? So we'll see if that plays out. But, you know, I like to play these deviations of the range. So, you know, kind of like we deviated the high, right? We had the highs, right? You deviated the high. You came back down to the bottom, all right? Now you got lows. We deviated the low, right? So let's see if we can play it back up to the highs. You know, we're going to keep it super simple on Ethereum here and not try to make it too difficult, right? So like I said, we're at support. You play support up. You get the resistance again. We play resistance down, and we just keep kind of ping-ponging this around, you know, and keeping it super, super simple, especially on the 4 hour. It's super simple, man, right? Previous lows, deviate the lows, play it back to the upside. That's all we do. The AI predicts a pullback on altcoins. Does it? Man, you know, it's a savage time in the world when we're relying on AI that knows, you know, I don't, you know, what would be interesting if someone out there could train ChatGPT to actually learn how to use TradingView, and basically there's got to be someone out there who's already done this. Basically, have AI go through TradingView, go through every single indicator set up in this, and find some type of way that makes like the perfect set of circumstances that has like close to 100% hit rate. There's got to be one out there. You know, someone's already probably made a AI, like a legit AI bot that never misses. You know what I mean? There's got to be one out there, bro. Thinking about buying an R1 this year? Multi, nice, bro. AI will be the only way to trade in a few years. That'll be a sad life, huh? Like, everyone's just using bots. That's going to be the future. It's going to be kind of a sad life, to be honest. Everyone's just going to be using bots to do everything, right? There's going to be no interaction with anything you're doing. You're just basically telling a robot to do whatever you want it to do, and then you just staring at a wall because robots are doing everything for you in life. It's going to be a sad life, to be honest. It's coming, though. It's coming. It's coming. You know what I mean? And you wonder why everyone gets crazier and crazier every year. Let's see. If you want a complete degen play, Cray will probably moon if AVAX goes on a run. Interesting, Mr. Hart. Cray, man. I think we all like some degen plays. You know what I mean? Like I said, I do think ETH's going to bounce again, guys. It's very simple right now. Bitcoin has a red day. All I have to do is go look at ETH dominance. ETH dominance. So Bitcoin had a dump day. Bitcoin was down at one point about 4% today. And yet Ethereum dominance went up and Bitcoin dominance went down. You still have ETH outpacing Bitcoin even on a red day. That makes me optimistic, right? So you look at where ETH dominance is, right? And you might not give a shit about Ethereum, but this matters for all altcoins, because if ETH is outpacing Bitcoin, that is a good thing for your altcoins too. You basically need that to happen, right? Your altcoins ain't going to outpace Bitcoin if ETH's not doing it too. That's not really how it's worked in the past. So ETH dominance right at resistance here. We've been talking about if this gets a move above this line right here, ETH dominance is about to go nuts, in my opinion. At least up to test this high at 22%. But you could see a serious move up on Ethereum dominance, bro, and it could get pretty hefty. As Bitcoin dominance, like we've been talking about in the weekly, I mean, it's a pretty nasty weekly chart, to be honest. Like the high, and then the wick above the high, right? That's a nasty weekly chart on Bitcoin dominance. So still looks good if you're sort of looking at some altcoin plays. Still looks pretty good. It still looks good, at least for altcoins, at least for now. Like I said, Bitcoin dominance can swindle at any point and just do a little whoop. But the way I see ETH dominance makes sense for Bitcoin dominance to sort of continue down, at least at the current moment. You know. Look at sand; it's bouncing. I got you, Psycho. I got you, Psycho Pro. I'll look at. I got sand for you, bro. I got sand for you. Right now, guys, I'm gonna keep saying this, but right now, to me, it's this market where everyone's gonna try to out trade the market. Everyone's gonna be selling this coin to buy this coin to do this coin. They're gonna be selling this coin to go in this coin. They're gonna be selling this coin to buy it lower, or buying this coin to go higher. To me, this is the market. You really just want to sit on your hands, bro. Everyone's going to try to be outsmarting everyone and thinking they're outsmarting. I see this all over Twitter. Everyone's like, I'm getting bearish so I can buy it back at 25K. It's like, okay, you can do that. But my question always is, what if it doesn't go back to 25K? You know what I mean? Everyone's always trying to outsmart the market. I've seen it multiple times on this run up. Is, I'm selling at 18K to buy back at 14. That didn't work out. I'm selling at 25 to buy it back at 20. How'd that work out for you? Right? I'm selling at 28 to buy back at 23. I'm selling at 30 to buy back at 25. And it just keeps leaving all those people in the dust who keep trying to outtrade the market. And I always like to say this, when the market's bullish, you're better off just sitting on your hands. Unless you're completely just done with the market and you're completely just out and you've made enough money where you're just like, I'm getting out of the market. I don't give a shit. Right? But, really, it's like, I'm bearish today. Oh, I'm bullish today. I'm bearish today. I'm bullish today. But yet the trend is pretty much just straight up. And to be honest, if you just sit on your hands, you're probably going to outpace everyone who's trying to buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here. Right? It's really true, But, hey, who am I to say? Who am I to say? Let's see. Oversmart? True. Yeah, people try to oversmart. Oversmart, yes. Oversmart. Thank you, Lazarus. Overthink, And lately, I've been going outside, touching grass, trying to stay away from the charts a little bit, because really all this meaningless shit up here doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's just, it's just getting through these days where it's like, oh, okay, the Bears are pushing it down today. Cool. It's great. Just like poker. True. It's very, very true. All right. Anyways, what are we looking at? Ethereum. So we got Ethereum here. I think I don't love the bearish engulfing on Ethereum today, right? On the daily. Not the most convincing one because you have a wick on the bottom side, right? So not the most convincing daily candle on Ethereum. It's bearish engulfing, but yet the bulls push it up at the end of the day. So kind of really nothing burger, especially because you wicked below the previous low and you wicked back above. If you close below here, probably that's pretty bearish. So if you close below 2071 by the end of this in the next 33 minutes, that I would say that's pretty bearish candle on Ethereum on the daily. But right now, as long as you close up here, could be a lot worse. It could be a lot freaking worse. No emotion, crypto fam. True. There's no emotions.
Sand comes from the word sea and land. Ocean wave. 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 Ocean wave.
Ocean wave. Ocean wave.
Ocean wave.
Ocean wave. Ocean wave, bro. Shout out to Franco. I'll get to the super chats in a second, guys. I see them all coming in. I appreciate you guys for coming in and hanging out today. As it's not the most exciting day today. It's kind of just like I don't know. It's just one of those days. It's one of those Mondays, man. Right? The stock market started out red and then it ended green, and then the DXY shot up and then it got a little bit of retracement. It was on kind of it's like kind of a whatever Monday. We'll get into all that stuff too. But I'll continue to say it's like, I'm just gonna get rid of all this shit for now. I'll continue to say like Ethereum on the weekly still looks good, right? And I'll still will continue to point out Ethereum dominance. I think this is gonna break to the upside, right? And if Ethereum dominance breaks to the upside, I'm gonna assume that the market's still gonna be bullish because very rarely you're gonna see ETH dominance go up and ETH USD go down. ETH USD go down. That's almost never happens. So, I look on the weekly time frame. I mean, just not. You got a wick here on the weekly, but the real resistance comes in around 2,500 for me for Ethereum, right? I think it's just one of those times. Like I said, it's just patience, getting through a few red days, and being yourself. Great time if I guess I always like to say if you're feeling nervous about the market and you're like shit. I feel nervous about this dumping. I mean, by all means, great spot to take profit. If you were buying down here and you're up 2x or so on Ethereum, great time to TP if you're feeling a little bit nervous, right? But for everyone who's in this for the bigger picture, right? You're in this for more than a 2x. I think most of us are here for more than a 2x for the majority of your portfolio. Like I said, I think this is the time to sort of just let the chart play out here to the upside. Weekly RSI still has plenty of room to run to the upside, right? On all the runs, I look back in the past. I guess the 2019 run, you kind of ended out right around this spot here, which is interesting. But you kind of double topped in the RSI, right? You had one little top, you came down a little bit, you made a second top, right? And you actually pushed up higher on that second top on the weekly RSI. This time you got one little top, even though you're at the same spot. So once again, it's going to be one of those points where it's like, what? And then you get the bigger pullback, That's kind of what you did in 2019. But, for ETH, here we are. We broke weekly trend. I think, I think everyone's kind of still stuck in the PTSD of 2022 and everyone forgets that crypto is bullish 75% of the time. Everyone always forgets that with crypto because let's be honest, most people, got in crypto in 2021 at the highs and then basically went through 2022, right? So everyone's just used to just either this, sideways, or down. Everyone's used to sideways or down. No one has been here. Let's see, I would say 90% of people in here haven't been here through, a phase, a phase like this, right? Or a phase like this where, everyone, I keep always saying this, but like, you go back in the chart, especially Bitcoin goes up like 75% of the time, everyone's just so stuck in, we're bearish, bro, the macro, how are the prices going up, and that's the way I'm looking at it right now. But, I still see 2,500 for ETH on the weekly. In Bitcoin, you guys know my take on Bitcoin here. I still think Bitcoin's going to blow most people's minds and come up into these retracement levels, right? The 0.5, over time, right? Not going to happen tomorrow. Just like we said, this whole way up as we grind it up, the 30K. Slowly but surely we get there, right? Where it's going to leave, most bear salty and most of the people calling down here saying it could never get the 30K. Here we are at 30K. Now can we never get the 40K? Same kind of thought process that Bitcoin typically does. So that's the way I'm looking at it, man. Link will explode to the upside. Let's go, Anderson. I'm waiting on Link, man. I'm a Link Marine. I'm waiting on Link. Shit, bro. I've been waiting on Link, man. I'm ready for Link to break out truly to the upside and not be a poisonous cancer to the crypto market that Link wants to be. Link is always the cancer of the market. But I think this time, I actually have Link right here, which is funny. I want to see Link get out of this freaking range, man. It's been too long. It's been since May of 2022 that we've been in this damn range. I'm a big believer when Link gets back out of this range, it's going to do some damage. It's only a matter of time. especially with most things, it's only a matter of time. But yeah, Link is just one that's year-long bear market. It's been going sideways for a year, and these sideways consolidations, right? The longer they go on for, the more explosive move that you get up to the upside when it finally does break. And I have to assume, if my hypothesis plays out of the wick-off accumulation on Bitcoin, that we're gonna see, Chainlink start to break out here pretty soon. At least that's the thought process. Let's see. Satoshi said, you still got that link long open from months ago? No, I don't have that. I wish I did. The one from down here that I was, no, I don't have that one open anymore, man. I closed that a long time ago. In hindsight, I probably should have just kept it open, but, it is what it is. Let's see. Link is a solid project. Hell yeah, man. Sandbox, said Psycho. Look at Sandbox. We can look at Sandbox, bro. I know you put one in the super chats too. Let me just get ETH back to the hourly here, and then let's go look at a few altcoins. Let me see who we got in here. We had Nathan Sherwood said Algo was the new ADA. Oh God, man.
Everybody panic. We're going to zero.
I feel bad for Algo, man. It doesn't. I hate Gary Gensler, man. How do we get Gary Gensler out of that freaking position? That guy is a piece of shit, bro. Like he basically doesn't tell any of the altcoins the rules, okay? And then when he finds something he wants to attack, he just goes, you know what? I think you're a security today. I hate that guy. The SEC sucks when it comes to crypto. It's so easy. Go through all the altcoins. You could probably do this in like a week of work. It would be so easy. Just go through the whole list.
Rant alert.
I can't take it, man. Just sit down. Go on CoinMarketCap. Go through every altcoin, okay? At least in like the top 200 or something, okay? Go through every altcoin in the top 200 and just make a list. What's a commodity? What is a security? It would take 2 damn seconds. But they won't do it because they're a bunch of freaking... I want to call them a certain word. I'm not going to call them it. They suck. They seriously suck. Because they make it... they do it on purpose. I know they do it on purpose. I have a conspiracy that they do this stuff because... for monetary purposes. But that's besides the point. You can argue all of life is about that. Let's see. Pull up NFT World. NFT World? You're crazy, bro. NFT World? Oh no, NFT World's the one you were calling me, you were making fun of me yesterday. You ignored NFT World. I ignore a lot of altcoins, man. I can't look at all of them. I'm one guy over here, I can't look at all the altcoins. NFT World. I bet it went off for you, man. I'm happy for it. Listen, if an altcoin went off for you, especially in times like this, right? If your altcoin did more than a 5x, congrats. You've killed it, man. There's no need to be telling me about it. All you should be able to tell you is say, damn, let's freaking go. I killed it on my altcoin, right? And now I'm about to go kill it on another one, all right? And have yourself a little party, all right?
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Have yourself a little party, bro. All right. Psycho said, look at sand. It's bouncing. Look at Sandbox. Let's look at that little Sandbox. Let's get a little sandy. Let's get a little sandy. I hate sand. Anyone else hate sand when we go to the beach and like you just get sand? I'm not a fan of the beach, man. I know people love beaches. Beaches suck, bro. They're so boring. I just don't get the vibe over a beach, right? And there's a reason why I don't like beaches. It's just so boring, man. You basically, it's 90 freaking degrees. You're sweating balls, okay? And what do you do on a 90-degree day? You go and sit on a hot sand, so you're hotter, and you're sweating, and then you're getting sand all over you, sticking to you because you're sweating. Oh, then you say, oh, I'm hot. I'm going to go jump in the ocean. But then you go jump in the ocean, but then you have to watch your stuff, right? So you can't really enjoy yourself in there because you have to watch your stuff because you got all these hooligans walking around looking like they want to steal your shit. And then you get out, you're wet, you got more sand on you, okay? And then you're hungry, you have to walk 3 miles to a stand to go get a hot dog, right? Just to get a sunburn, just to go back to the sand, all right? And then drive home while you're sandy. Get your car all sandy, so you have to vacuum all the sand out of your car. Hop in the shower, you get sand all over in your shower. I don't know, man. That's just me. That's just me, man. All right, sand. What do we got on this bad boy? I could rant about the beach all day. You know, I've never been a big beach guy. You know, facts. If I wanted to get a tan, I'll just sit. You know, I'll find some grass somewhere. You know, I might have to go to the beach. You know, that's it. I'm selling all of my sand. John's selling all of his sand. I'm fun. I'm not. I'm fun in the sand. Oh man. All right. Then you get stung by a jellyfish and someone has to pee on you. Yes. Thank you, Lazarus. Then you get stung by a jellyfish, and then you get bitten by a shark. I'm just going too far at this point. All right, sand. All right, sandbox. All right. So, all right, weekly time frame. It looks almost the same as every other alt, right? It's back at the September 2021 lows, deviated below, back tested, and now you got a little weekly, right? So you got the bigger weekly W formation with the higher low, but then if you zoom in, let's go to like a 3-day. You guys are saying Bitcoin looks a little dumpy. All right, let's see. Give me 2 seconds. We'll look at Bitcoin. You go back to sand over here. Yeah, this is why I still like this chart, bro. Look. You got this low, deviation, rise up, back test again, and this is basically the range high here, right up here, right? So range high, range lows. You deviated the lows, and you kind of like deviated again here. And now you got the little W formation with higher low. I like sand to come up to 94 cents again. I like that to come up to at least 94 cents. And then possibly higher, because then you have a bigger W formation on the big time frames forming here. You know? So right now it's say 94 cents over the course of time. But, you know, at the same point, you know, it's start with that. I would say start with this target here at 94, and then we'll kind of work our way up from there. But sand, I like it.
Strap up.
I
We're
want
going
some
to the
more of it.
moon.
I want some more of it, man. All right, you guys are saying Bitcoin looks dumpy. Let's zoom in a little bit. All right, so what I would look at for Bitcoin here, all right, and we should have said this in the beginning. What I actually prefer, if we zoom in on the hourly, what I would prefer is actually Bitcoin gets one more little spike down. This creates a lower low. And then the RSI, which you've got a little move up. I'm hoping it's give you enough room where if you do see a spike down in a wick, this will give you, right, sort of a higher low, right? So if you wick down, make a lower low, and then you close back above this low, right? You get something like this, and then you get a higher low here. You get something like this, right? From the bullish perspective, because like we said, we are at the 12-hour 30 EMA, which we've gotten bounces from the last 2 times we tested it, right here. So we'll watch that. Obviously, that's the point where we get a bounce from this area. I'm still going to remain with a bullish bias, guys, because I've sort of been saying this for multiple consolidations is we get to these resistance points and everyone calls for super low prices, but we end up just chopping sideways, right? And you know, everyone's always like, oh, we're going to come all the way down here. But most of the time we end up just chopping sideways, right? And then end up going higher, right? We've seen this multiple consolidations. At some point, maybe you do get a pushback, right? But I've seen, you know, sideways consolidation up, You know, sideways consolidation. This one came down, but you didn't make a lower low. Came up, sideways consolidation. This was the one time where you like made a lower low on that push down. You know. So for this one right here, I'm still going to respect the trend. So this is a key support I want to hold for multiple different reasons. Like we said, take the closes. We got horizontal here and 30 EMA, right? With the 1 hour, that was already kind of shot in the first place. Like, you look at Bitcoin's 1 hour. It's already shot, bro, you know? Look at that. It's already shot down here, you know? So, like, how much more dumpage do you get? We'll see. To me, I want to see whoop. And then whoop. And almost wick back up and you get a little whoop action. And you get a little move. So, we'll see. All right, let's let this play out. And, you know, we'll kind of do our thing. This is more for traders, anyone who's sort of more, you know, like I said, in more of the hodler mindset. You don't really care about this. You know, this is more for the traders out there who are looking for trades. But, you know, obviously at the end of the day, you know, if you're short, I wouldn't know if this is the best place to short. I mean, you're kind of FOMO shorting, in my opinion. The best place to short is always the range highs, right? So either from up here, or if you saw a retest from up here, right? You could short right here, and it could work for you, right? But you're kind of FOMO and short at the same time, you know? You always want to, you know, once again, sort of long from the lows, short from the highs, if you're going to do it. You don't always have to take a trade, too, you know? But my hodlers don't care about that, you know? Asia going to buy the dip. Asia going to go buy the dip. They might do. Cody does not care if BTC is dumping. Oh, yeah, Cody's going nuts. Shout out to Wes for making me buy some Cody. Cody was going nuts today. Cody, I only bought it because of Wes. Because Wes kept saying, bro, you better be buying some Cody. He told me the whole last year. He's like, bro, if you don't buy Cody, I'm going to freaking kill you, man. And Cody, up 13% today. I think we're right over here. So from that buy, I think it was right around this area. You know, we're up about 54% on that right there. So now we're feeling pretty comfy with that, where you know we got a 54% sort of, or a 30% dump little, you know, cushion there. Off the lows, looking pretty good. But yeah, like I said the other day, we broke back into this range. You know, you're looking for 1287. So let's get a pump song going for Cody. Shout out to Cody, man. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Asia will dump. We got the black tea here from Duncan, guys. We got the black tea. Duncan, shout out to Duncan. Haven't had Speedway in a while. Everyone remember the Speedway days? Man, that coffee was so grimy. Probably hadn't been cleaned in years, but that's the way I liked it, right? That grimy Speedway coffee taste was something always super freaking juicy, bro. About that Speedway coffee. I'll always miss that Speedway coffee. You know, it was $1. It was large. It was in charge. It had that like old, you know, ground coffee taste in it that you could tell was probably a little old, but made it feel old-fashioned. It was great. It was great. Wes said, I hope you bought Cody, brother. Let's make money. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. You told me to buy VeChain, and you told me to buy Cody. Right? So, VeChain had a good chart. We were talking about VeChain for a while, too. All right. BTC. Still just chilling at 29,442. We got ETH at 20,073. Right? So, ETH coming to the point it probably wants to hold around this point.
Happy you bought Cody, brother. Let's make money.
You probably want to see ETH hold this point right here, right? Bitcoin, it's in a weird spot anyways, you know? It's in a weird spot anyways. I'm not really too worried about like where Bitcoin ends up here. Excuse me. You just want to see it like spike the lows and come back up again, which Wouldn't be too shabby. Let's see. It was made with trucker pea. Keeps you up for days. Yes, Bath. It keeps you up for quite a bit. Quite a bit. It really, really does. 12 minutes until the daily close, guys. 12 minutos. Let's see. Cody's pumping. Jordan, should I buy? Horse Guy would be buying Cody, yes. He would be buying Cody, bro. But, you know, as we always like to say, don't do what the horse says. Okay? Do the opposite of what the horse does. That's my saying, okay? Don't do what the horse says. Do the opposite of what the horse does. I will always say that. How's everyone feeling, though, guys? Are we feeling... Let me ask you guys this. On sort of a weekly time frame scale, how are we feeling with Bic? I don't... Hourly, whatever. On a weekly time frame scale, how are we feeling? Are we feeling bullish? Are we feeling bearish? Are we feeling crabbish? How are we feeling in the markets right now, guys? All right, on the big time scales, let me know. Mike said today was boring. Oh, today was freaking horrible, man. Just give me one of these.
Bitcoin's going to 10K. We're going to 100K tomorrow.
Today was boring, though. Most alts are kind of like slowly went down or slowly went up, or, you know, Bitcoin really got a small dump and then it just kind of sat there all freaking day. Same thing on Ethereum. It came back to the range low, sat there, you know. Like I said, like what I've seen, and you know, it's this market's just funny, man. What the hell is going on here? Holy shit. This market's just funny though, right? You go to the 8 hour, right? Just on Ethereum, just to show you guys what I'm talking about. Look at all this time. You know how many times in this like thing that we got going on here? Just like every single time we come up, it's like, oh my God, it's it, right? You know, yeah, we're saying it's over here, it's over, right? It's over, it's over. Now it's over again. It's just the chop sideways higher, chop sideways higher, chop sideways. Oh, we get a little dump. We smash the lows higher. Chop sideways. Oh, we smash the lows. Boom. Chop sideways. Chop the lows. Right? Chop sideways. Chop the lows. Come up. Chop the lows. You know, it's and now we're here again. Right? And now we're kind of getting to that point where it's like, you know, is it over? Is it over again? You know, is it? Or is it going to do one of those things where it kind of just chops the lows again, you know, and comes up again? But, you know, the market's funny, man. You know, I'm a big believer in just following the trend. The trend is up. There's no reason to be looking at the chart. Like, we're basically looking at the chart, right? We're looking at, say, like the daily, right? Up here. And we're like, oh, my God. Look at Bitcoin on the daily. It's over, guys. Holy shit. Look at that daily candle, right? Or you go, we said this like, I remember talking about this like at 25K, right? 28. It's over at every red candle, you know? And you know, it's, you know, I don't know where I'm going with this, but, you know, I just find this market funny, man. Sometimes I got to kind of like, I get off Twitter and get off Reddit. And so even the Discord sometimes I got to like tune out because there's so much noise and everyone just keeps saying it's over. I just got to kind of ignore it, man. Because I've said the best strategy so far has been just sit on your hands and stop listening to what everyone's saying. You know what I mean? Because if you've been listening to what everyone's saying, you would have sold everything here, right? You would have sold everything here. You would have sold everything here. You would have sold everything here. You would have sold everything in the banking crisis. You would have sold everything when the CZ FUD happened. You would have sold everything here. You know, you would have sold every resistance if you listened to what everyone was saying, man. You know, it's this market's funny, man. It's over this time for sure. It's over this time. Yes. Is Wayne really Mook Gale Silver? I guess he is. I guess he is. Before you bust, sit on your hands. Tell them they're numb. All right. Anyways, I said, short-term Bitcoin, let's see what Bitcoin does here. It looks like it wants to spike down again, though, right? Just the price structure, this hourly, it looks like it wants to spike here. It's just a question of, like, you don't really know. The hourly is oversold, so I don't think it goes way farther right this second, because the hourly is already down here at a 20 on the RSI. Not to say it can't go still lower. I've seen it plenty of times where it does, right? But at the same point, it's like, if it does spike down, I think there's more likely that it spikes down and then spikes back up like this. If it does spike down, all right, just because where you're sitting with this, like when's the last time you've been lower than this? You got to go back to March. You got to go all the way back here to freaking March 9th, which was, I think, the day that the U.S. sold some crypto down there. March 9th was all the way back down here. On the bottom of that freaking, that was the banking crisis bottom. That was in USDC was depegging. But that is the lowest point you've been at since then. Craziness. So we'll see. I'm Pumpy. Nice to meet you. Nice, Two Wolves. He's Pumpy. Nice to meet you. He is very, very pumpy. I think we can look at is DXY, right? This is really the ticket here, right? You're at resistance again, so it's kind of pick your poison. Pick your poison here on the DXY. Will it break out? Will it not? To be honest, like, this one's hard to read. I will say it. I think they're making this one hard to read. So you're at resistance again on the DXY. Does it pull back from resistance here? Or do you see this, complete this double bottom and break out and come a little bit higher, right? And I think really this is what you need to be paying attention to here. It's just, everyone's going to have their opinion. Oh, it's going to break through right now. Or, who's to say it doesn't come all the way back down here and then come back up again, right? It's one of those things, like, pick your poison. Does it break out now or later, or does it not? It's sort of like, who knows? But we'll watch this. I do think if it does break here, you see we got a resistance today. If you zoom in a little bit, the hourly kind of got an initial points, broke it, came back in. Now you're kind of finding a little bit of headway again, right? So that's actually not looking too great there, actually. And the daily didn't actually look too bad. It's really a question of, does that break here? If it does, this will come up to these retracement levels, most likely. And then you probably see Bitcoin at that point either go, like, shopping like crazy sideways, or go lower, or you got to see if it breaks. That's really what we're going to see. Roll out alien talk already. Alien circumvent star launch is a nice conspiracy. What happened to the alien talk? You remember when Tino was making conspiracy theory videos, like Bitcoin was going to dump because aliens were coming? That's how you knew we were going higher, right? When the bears were spreading conspiracy theories about aliens invading Earth. You know it got bad, but like that's the best they can come up with, you knew we were going higher. I haven't heard any crazy conspiracy theories lately, so maybe we should be getting a little bit more bearish, I guess. I need some more stupid bearish takes. I need some more desperation. We're not really seeing it right now. But yeah, man, aliens, bro. That was a hot topic for like a week, and now everyone forgets about it. It's the U.S. has such a small attention span for a country, man. Everyone was so obsessed with aliens for a week, and now you don't hear anything from it. Nothing. Everyone was so convinced aliens were alive. Now everyone's just living their life normally like it never happened, right? Like the U.S. didn't shoot 2 things out of the sky and then couldn't find them, right? No one cares anymore. It's fine. They'll take care of it. We don't care. They probably have 2, alien ships probably locked up in whatever is Area 51, and we're just gonna forget about it. It's all good. It's so funny, man. And And then it's always something new. It's always something new, bro. You know? Alien bears are cool. True. Alien bears are kind of cool. Alien bears. It's called a distraction. True. It is called a distraction, man. Who knows what's going on in the world, man? There's so much shit going on in the world right now. You have no freaking clue. I don't want to get too much into the stuff that came out this weekend with the whole intel in the U.S. and we're not gonna get into that, but there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes right now that we all have no idea about. You know, it's crazy. All right, Dixie. Looks like it's just starting to get some movement here. So let's see if this can get a move up. If the Dixie does get a move up, right? Obviously, we don't want to see that for BT Sizzle. So we'll watch this very, very carefully here, my friends, as we go through this. Clint said, here you go. Hyperinflation when the Fed pivots in a few months. It's over. Hard landing guaranteed. Clint, I wouldn't say hard hyperinflation. I actually think we might have the opposite problem. But that's up for debate. That's up for debate. I actually think we might have the opposite problem. But I would say, it depends. Like, do they really start printing money? I don't know. I don't know. But, that would go along with my theory is Bitcoin gets up here, right? It's sort of like a buy the rumor, sell the news event, right? So the closer we get to that point where the Fed pivots, I don't think it's going to happen right now. But over the course of the next few months, right, it's sort of the buy the rumor, sell the news event, or maybe they stop rates, at some point soon. Everyone's hyped, like, oh, they're going to pivot soon. But the time when they do pivot, that's where you see that deep retrace in here, right? That gets everyone super scared, and everyone's like, wait, why are we dumping? The Fed pivoted. That's bullish. But no one's paying attention to the history where, the market usually goes up. And this is why I was trying to tell this all last year. The market typically goes up until the Fed pivots. And then when the Fed pivots, the market goes down, right? Or it's when the Fed pivots where you usually see the biggest blunt of the freaking boomage. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see. Only thing hard is Vitalik's pickle. Facts. Vitalik's pickle's over here. I did a pretty good job with this pickle, man. Like, you guys even see on this, I made seams. I got the seams busting. I got the little wick on top of the candle. Come on, you guys gotta like that one. I got the little wick on the top of the candle. I went all out on this one. Look, it looks so legit. Doesn't this look like there's a giant pickle coming out of his freaking thing? That looks pretty legit. I think we need to add something else in here, though. We need to add something else in here. Maybe we should put Savvy in the back with a little red pickle stick, like a small little red chode sticking out of his pants. Maybe we should add that in the back. I don't know. That'd be pretty nice. Let's see. Fed pivoted from 0 to higher. Not this way. It's higher. Now reduced. Oh, Lord. Lordy. What a day, guys. What a freaking day we got over here. Bitcoin's not doing anything today. Well, I mean, I guess it is. I can't say it's not doing anything. It is. It's just coming down today. ETH really is just kind of there, It's kind of doing what it did last time where it's like, Bitcoin was doing something, but then ETH was kind of just holding at the highs when Bitcoin had a dump. And then it just kind of continued higher. It's like a smaller version of that, almost. He's flexing his semi. Her submission brought him back to life. Needs to be a Bart boy looking excited in the background. Bart boy? Drunk Bear, what's going on? Oh, come on, Maj. You like this.
No.
It makes you feel me. She died nearly 20 minutes after that photo. Bath, you think this girl can last 20 minutes with Vitalik? No, she's going 30 seconds and she's got to tap out. You see the size of this thing? Bro, that thing would go out her ass. That thing would go in and go out her ass. You know? She lasted 30 seconds, you know, before tapping out. Like WWE. WWE style, she's tapping out. Lord. All right, here we got the dollar. So this is what we wanted to see. We want to see a rise in the dollar. We came back down, right? So we deviated this resistance. You see this? It's actually, let me just make this let me make this nice and perfect, shall we? Let me get this nice and perfect here. Right at that resistance point. There we go. I think that's a little bit more legit. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Let me get this bad boy back up here. So I could get this nice and even, right? From this high. Let's get this right here. Okay. So we sort of, at least on the hourly, right? We got to see how this plays out tomorrow. I'm not fully convinced of this yet. So, but we deviated above, came back below, came back up, and now we're finding a small little rejection on there again. I'm not convinced of this. We need to see some more follow through from yes, DXY rejected, but you know, we need to see a little bit more follow through of this coming down. If this just breaks back above, I mean, obviously, you could throw that out the damn window. You know, throw it out the damn back of the window. You know, you can throw that, you know, right out the ass. You know, but we'll see what happens there on the dollar. BTC chilling, ETH chilling. See any altcoins popping off on the new day? Let's see. Not really. Sand up another 0.5. Kind of just a boring day, man. Not too much happening. Hashtag more money with the super chat. He said token scam or legit. Big squeeze. DYP. I have no idea what it is, man, but I'll look at the chart for you, brother. Just because you sent me that super chat and because you're a stud because your name is hashtag more money. DYP. Is it a scam or is it legit? Well, usually you can tell by the chart. This is the weekly. The price action doesn't look like a scam because it actually held up pretty well in this bear market. I don't know what it is, but the price action looks pretty legit. It bottomed in June. You know, Bitcoin bottomed right here. So basically, it's been outpacing Bitcoin since June of last year, which is pretty freaking good. You know, and for this one, it's just kind of building out, right? It's building out to sort of base here, you know, as we sort of call it. And it's got the, it's not really quite yet. Let's see. This one's not. It's not the cleanest chart, man. But you know, you don't always need clean. You don't always need clean, man. You know. Daily looks good. You broke, right? Time again was probably down here, to be honest. This is the key resistance, though, right here. Boom. So you don't want to make a little left, head, and right, right? You want to be able to clear above this. This is probably the 618 as well. It's a little bit higher. It's right at this wick, actually. Yeah, so see the 618 comes in right at where that left shoulder is as well. So what we don't want to do is come up here, tag this, roll back over, because then you got the freaking the distribution pattern, right? Not so much a head and shoulders, but the distribution pattern of one high, second high, lower high, right? So watch that carefully. I think you got a nice little ride up to that point, but man, a lot of shit when you get up to that 30-cent level. A lot of shit. A lot of shiitake mushrooms. Come on, Cord. This is all you got? Time for a pump song?
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
We need some coins pumping for the pump song, man. We can't overplay the pump song. Pump song is either Bitcoin's making a new high, ETH's making a new high, or an altcoin's going freaking nuts. I need an alt pumping more than 5%. So an alt more than 5%, Bitcoin's making new highs, ETH's making new highs. Other than that, we cannot, right? We cannot waste the pump song, you know? It's just not one of those days, you know, as much as I want it to be. I want every day to be one of those days. ETH making W on the 15-minute chart, says Mike. Listen, man, I am long on ETH right now. I'm long on ETH. I like the deviation. You know I like my deviations, guys. You know, I love my deviations. I love the lows being wicked below, right? And then held again. I like that price action, right? So I am long on ETH. If I get wicked out, I get wicked out. Give it to me, daddy. If daddy wants to wick me out, daddy wants to wick me out. But I feel like, you know, once again, if we're just playing this as a trader, right? And I'm looking at this and I say, damn, I'm just going to play this as a range. Why wouldn't I just play this as a damn range, right? Why are we going to try to short at the bottom, you know? If we're not already in a short from the highs, why the hell am I going to short down here? What are you, freaking stupid? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to try a long at the bottom. If I got wicked out, whatever. It's on to the next one, you know? Yeah, so I am looking for ETH to come back up here from this point. And because ETH is at support and ETH has the swing failure pattern, that makes me more confident on Bitcoin. Because to be fair, ETH is outpacing Bitcoin right now, right? So if ETH is at a key support, that makes me more confident on where Bitcoin is, right? As I know Bitcoin, to me, is at key support right now at the 12-hour 30 EMA, which has bounced off the last 2 times it hit it. So, right, Bitcoin kind of just consolidating at that level too. So, let's see it play out. Let's see it play out, man. And then we come back up to the highs. All right, we close that shit out. We probably close half of it at right here, right? Close half here. You know, we come back up, bada bing, bada boom. We close half back at near the highs, and then maybe we try a little short. You know, depending on what the DXY looks like. You know, but. Let's see. Lower lows coming? Yeah, it could, man. You want some D? Let's see. Al said, who's ready for the unexpected black swan this week? That's what we can call it anyway. Al, we've gone over this. A black swan is something you can't predict. You know, a black swan, if you're calling for a black swan, it's not a black swan. You know, a black swan comes out of nowhere. A black swan comes around like freaking COVID did, where 2019, everyone was just living their normal life, right? The world was way more normal in 2019, right? Way more normal. Everyone was just walking around, living their life in 2019, right? And then COVID came out of nowhere, right? Now, it's like, it's too obvious for a black swan to happen right now. You know what I mean? Like, if a black swan happened right now, it wouldn't be a black swan, right? It would just be like what's been happening in the world for the past 4 years, which is just a shit show. You know, and that's not a black swan. You know, until we get back to a more normal world, I wouldn't even say, I would argue nothing is a black swan. What the hell is going on out there? It sounds like a giant bug. It sounds like a giant bug's out there. Is that a car? Oh my God, someone needs to get an oil change, bro. Holy shit, someone needs to get an oil change out there. That sounds like shit. Holy shit. That was crazy, man. Fallen Angel said, who here watched the COVID dip and didn't buy? I wish I bought more, to be honest. To be honest, back then I was, still kind of a noob. I did buy some, not at the Pico low, but going back at it, knowing what I know now, I would have freaking went nuts. And that's why I keep thinking to myself too. So many people went through COVID, the COVID dip, and didn't take advantage of it and absolutely kicked themselves for not buying during the COVID dip last time. It also makes me think, if something crazy like that happened again, and even if you did see a big dip, which I'm not convinced of, because I think people learned their lesson from last time, even though, the market always does the same thing. Everyone gets scared and greedy, right? Even though the market does the same thing for all of time, you know, which is go up normally. But everyone freaks out over short-term price action. You know, like if another black swan like that happened again, I don't think you would dump like that again. You might dump like that again. I think everyone will be smarter this time and buying it up. Maybe I'm thinking too much of peeps. I may be sort of giving peeps a little bit too much credit. If there was something like that now, guys, I would be scooping that shit up like freaking crazy. Oh my lord. You know, maybe I'm giving people too much credit. I went nuts. What's going on, Ricky? Changing your brain to buying fear and selling greed is a hard change. It is, man. It is a hard change. You still got to deal with it. Even when you learn, you still got to deal with it, man, because you're still going to have those emotions. Those are human emotions that never go away. It's like an instinct, you know? It's the fight or flight response in your body that makes you want to sell red candles and buy green candles, you know? It's the fight and flight response in the human body. It's in there. It's never going to go away. But you got to fight it, you know? You got to fight it. Let's see. All right. So we got the dollar chilling. Not doing too much. Let's see. Man, I wanted to mine, but all the fluss. Let's see. Let's see. We got Gala. Let's see what you guys are saying in here. Let's see. Let's see. Java's new ride. Gala just got breaking news. Let's see. Gala got breaking news. It's up 1%. Did you get some type of news? Won't be surprised. Either it's bad. If it's bad news, it's right at resistance. If it's good news, it's gonna break out. That's always what happens when you're at these key levels. You know. Not the most convincing news. If it was convincing news, this would have went nuts. So you're kind of just chilling there on Gala. Everything's kind of just chilling, guys. There's not really too much here to say about too many things. As we kind of just sit at support for ETH and we sit at support for Bitcoin. And we wait to see if they can get a bounce here. The biggest takeaways right now for me, I'll continue to say, is like total 3. Let me bring up total 3 chart. Total 3. You know, as we sort of sit here in, get rid of this, right? As we sort of sit here on total 3, above the all-time high trend line, now that we broke out last week, you know, the question is now, you know, we kind of broke this weekly, level here at 389 billion. Okay, on the closes that we were stuck below ever since September of 2022. Close here, close here. We finally got the weekly breakout of both the all-time high trend line and that weekly resistance. The question is here now, you're seeing a back test. You just saw the back test today, okay? You just saw the back test today on this. If you go to the daily, you'll see that the daily came down and back tested these previous highs. Now, going into tomorrow, this will be the key. Are you going to see, after the back test, a continuation back up to the upside now? Okay? This will be the big key this week. Watching, you know, everything else besides Bitcoin and ETH, how do they react this week? Do they get a continuation? Or do they sit and wait? We just don't want to see a deviation down, right? We don't want to see this dump back down below. That would be pretty freaking bearish. You know, so let's see, right? We're kind of just sitting on there. It's, once again, guys, I'll continue to say, like, this is the sort of the time where, once again, you get up to resistance. Everyone starts calling for lower prices again and again and again, right? And, you know, I continue to say, like, follow the 4-year cycle. I know everyone's like, oh, my God, the 4-year cycle is not going to work. once again, when you're in doubt, just take wherever you want to take these from, right? You can do wherever you want. When you're sort of in doubt with the price, just zoom out, look at the bigger picture. And I mean, for me, just follow what's Bitcoin's done is it follows the 4-year cycle, right? So whether you think we're following 2019, which we're following up to it so far up to this point, or you think we're following 2014, we're just a little bit ahead of schedule. You know, at the end of this year, you know, if we were to follow the same way, we should be around, you know, we said we should be around like 30K by the end of the year, kind of where we're at now. Just depends on how we get there. Do we dump, pump back up, right? Do we come back up? Do we dump back down? Do we just chop sideways the rest of the year? Who the frick knows, man? But all I'll say is this, once again, is the higher we go up, okay, yeah, we take some profits on some stuff that really starts going up too much, right? If your alt starts going up 2, 3x and you want to take a little off, sure. But for me, 2024 or 2023 is the year of accumulation. I'm getting ready for next year, right? You know, we can do this trading thing, and you know, whatever. I'm a big believer in, okay, during these sideways choppy markets and the bear markets, trading is way better than sort of, you know, just holding, in my opinion. But when you're getting to right before the halving and into the halving year, the best thing to do is just sit on your freaking hands, right? Because I'm telling you right now, most people are not going to outpace the market trading, especially when it's a bullish market. You're not going to do it, man. Right? So just, you know, keep that in mind, right? Yeah, I think, you know, whatever you think we're doing here, you know, you sort of got to weigh your own risks. But for me, I said this earlier, like last year, it's like, I think I had this drawn here. It was like, this is my accumulation range for Bitcoin right here. And that'll continue to be my accumulation range for Bitcoin. You know what I mean? If we go back in there, you know, which, you know, I think we were in here for 10 months. You know, if you get another chance, I think you're pretty lucky. There might not be another chance down there. You know, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's going to go back down there. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But we were down there long enough, you know? And if you don't think so, I mean, you look at 2014 bear market, we were down in there just about the same amount of time. Like, look at this. Look at the 2014 market, man. We were literally in there, right, from the lows, the same amount of time that 2014 was at the lows. Everyone's like, but Jordan, we need to stay at the lows for a long time. We were down here for 10 months. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, like, there's that point where it's, I always hear that, like, we need to be at the lows again. Well, if you look at 2014, when it hit the lows, if you want to say that June was the real low, dude, you were down here for 10 months as well, and then you started the uptrend, you know? Everyone wants to say, but Jordan, 2019 tested again at the lows. Okay, when it dropped like this from the lows, okay, sure. Let's say 2019, we're following 2019. Okay, you think it's going to do this? Your best bet is going to be another COVID or some shit like that. You know, let's say this, if COVID never happened, one, you probably wouldn't have got a bull market that was that fast up. But two, you probably wouldn't have saw a dump that was this deep, right? You might have came back down to like 10K again, 9K after that 14K run up. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Sell support and buy resistance. You know what it is, man. Let's see. 200% for 8-inch today. 8-inch. Nice, dude. But I'm sort of rambling here. You know, I'm rambling, but I think... why are we here, guys? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Why are we here? Are we here? Are we traders in the chat? Like mainly, right? I think everyone probably trades a little bit and holds a little bit. Are we in here for, you know, are you guys more swing traders like in general, or are you guys stackers for the bull market in general? Let me know. Let me know. I get confused sometimes. I don't know. I think because of 2022, a lot of people went into trading, And that's almost like a counterpoint to what always happens in bear markets is like everyone forgets what crypto can do. So everyone's like, I'm going to sell at every resistance if I buy lower, forgetting what crypto can do, right? And it almost makes people sell way too early a lot of times because you forget what crypto can do because you get so used to a bear market and you just get so used to just getting flushed down every single resistance where everyone at the lows turns into a trader, right? And then prices just moves up. You know what I mean? You know, it is what it is. Stacker, both here to lose money. Crypto Tome says trade. Stacker for the tech. Stacker back. Stacker. Stacking. Say you're about to get off those pumps. All right, I'm going to get off. That usually works, right? Like, all right, I'm going to get off. I sell at the top and buy at the bottom. Thank you. I trade. It's mostly for fun, for the trading, you know, to be honest. Because I've been in this game long enough to know that the real gains come during literally like 1 year of crypto. It comes in the year after the halving. You know, that's where the fun really is, you know, is when you get to these points, you know, but, you know, it takes a little bit of patience though, you know. Let's see. Jeff said, I here for the laughs. Shout out to Jeff. He's here for the laughs. He's getting off. Time to pump it. Do I have to be the sacrificial lamb? You guys just gonna put me on a stick, put me over the fire, put a spick in my mouth, and just let me roast to death as Bitcoin and ETH start to come back up because I said I want to get off, you know? It might be that time. Let's see. Jan said, don't get off. Last time you got off and it dumped. I have that effect sometimes too. You know, Bitcoin's a little shy. Bitcoin's like that shy girl, right? As soon as you get off, she decides to pump or dump. You know, you never really know. ETH is like that crazy one, right? Where she will just, it doesn't matter if you're there. It doesn't matter if 3 people are watching. She's gonna pump and dump, right? But Bitcoin's the shy one. She's the one where you don't expect too much off of. But as soon as you dump it for an altcoin, Bitcoin starts going nuts, right? That's BTC, right? So there's a big distinction between the two. And then you got like XRP, who's like, XRP is like the girl, you know, that no one wants, and you know, she's like the she's like the ugly girl, you know, in high school, and then all of a sudden she got hot after high school, right? And then when the SEC wins, she gets this. But I don't even know where I'm going with this, man. Anyways, oh lordy, guys. All right. I said I was going to keep tonight kind of short because the voice is getting better. I think tomorrow is going to be completely gone. So let's end it here. Bitcoin, like I said, is just kind of chilling at 29.4. ETH just kind of chilling at 2,075. Not a lot of alts doing any crazy things. It doesn't seem like. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of a whatever. I mean, today was like a whatever day. I mean, it's slightly down. We'll see what tomorrow brings us, right? The dollar, we want to see this continue to get rejected off this resistance, right? Stock market futures are slightly down. We'll see what they look like in the morning. Not too concerned what they look like at night, to be honest. But let's get it, right? We'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Leave my coin alone, said Chris. Hey, Chris, if XRP gets back down to that golden pocket, you know which one I'm talking about, Chris. Just like I became a Litecoiner. That worked out pretty well. Just like it became a Litecoiner. I might become an XRPer too, but it's got to get to my buy level. Okay, if it gets to my buy level, I will become an XRPer as well. Okay, and I will ride into the sunset as an XRPer. Okay, maybe I'll sell my Litecoin for XRP. You know, we'll see. All right, guys, catch the members at 8:30 in the morning, and I'll catch everyone else at 7. Have a fantastic night, guys. Let's get it, and hopefully the rest of this frog will be gone tomorrow, and we can actually enjoy. We can enjoy talking, you know. Anyways, guys, peace out. Have a fantastic night, guys. Later.